Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Deanna and I'm the founder of Good Financial Stewardship. And today we are talking about 7 tips to help you stick to your budget. All right, so getting into it, listen, 2022 is literally right around the corner. And if you're like me, you are trying to level up. You have some lofty financial goals that you are shooting for. And, in order to really meet those goals, we need a budget. We need a budget, but not any budget. We need a budget that is conducive, a budget that is simple, a budget that is going to be easy to use, right? And easy to follow, because sometimes budgets can be a bit much, okay? And I'm not trying to nickel and dime myself. I'm not trying to track every little expense. That's just too much, honey, okay? So I have some tips here for you guys to help you to stick to your budget. Now, I do have a notebook with me, and I will be looking down periodically to reference back at this list, okay? All right. So tip number 1 is to write it down. Yes, write that budget down. Gone are the days where we have a budget in our head. No. We need to write that thing down on paper. So whether you're using a paper, an app, a budget planner, or even a spreadsheet, right? It needs to be written down. This way we have a good and clear idea of what's coming in, what's going out, and any adjustments that we need to make, right? This will help us to just really stick to those goals. So that's number 1. Now, number 2 is make your budget goal focused. Now, if you have a goal in mind, right? Say you want to save up $12,000 this year, okay? So then you'll just break that up into, hey, okay, I can do that. That's going to be $1,000 per month. Okay, cool. I can do that. Now, maybe that $12,000 is not enough motivation for you. I like to break my goals all the way down and give the reason behind that goal, right? So say I wanted to save $12,000, but what is that for? What is that going to do for you? Okay. Be very specific so that you can continue to stay motivated. Now, say, for instance, I want to save this $12,000 because I want to purchase a home. This money is going to go towards my down payment. Now, we have a really good motivator, right? It's going to be easier to stick to your budget because you know what you're working towards. So that's a huge tip, okay? Number 3, use a zero-based budget approach, okay? So this just means that every dollar that comes into your home is accounted for, okay? So all of your income, you have your budget, and every dollar has a job. Every dollar has an assignment. Okay. And so what this does is to just make sure that everything is accounted for. Okay. You want to make sure your money is working for you just as hard as you go out and work for that money. Okay. So we're on tip number 4. So number 4 is to keep a cushion in your account. And so what I mean by that is, in our accounts, sometimes we run into bills that we don't expect, right? Or run into expenses that we might not expect. Or maybe, say, for instance, you have a utility bill, your light bill usually is $100, and all of a sudden this month it's $150, okay? So we want to make sure that we're just accounting for that and adding a cushion for those just in case charges, okay? So what this is going to do is it's going to alleviate those overdraft fees, okay? Listen, I don't know about you, but 2022, we're not doing overdraft fees. We're not doing over the limit fees. I'm not doing those bank fees anymore, okay? So keeping a cushion in your account, I would say between like $200, maybe $300 in your account, just at all times, just to kind of sit there just in case, those unexpected bills come in. Okay, so moving on to tip number 5. Okay, and this is something that I absolutely do. I do all these things, but this is something that is near and dear to me, okay? So what I like to do is to separate my spending money from any of my bill money. So I literally have a whole separate bank account for my spending money. Now, I like to use a card. So I have a debit card just for spending. And what that does is it gives me a certain amount of money that I can spend. And I can just kind of check that specific account and see how much money I have left, right? And then I can spend according to that. Now, some people like to use cash, right? Maybe a cash envelope method. Now, it will be done the same way. You would just take out that money, separate it from your spending, from your expense account. And then once that cash is gone, it's gone. But I like to use the card because I like to shop online. And it's just much easier when I'm shopping, especially in today's day. A lot of places aren't taking cash with COVID, you know? So it's super helpful to just have a separate account just for my spending. And I know when that money is done, it's done. All right, let's see. Next up is number 6. And this is a really good habit to have. And this is to check your account daily. What this does is really keeps you accountable, right? So what it does is it allows you to make sure that you're staying on track. Okay. Now, say for instance, you had a bill that came out early or that didn't come out at all, or you had a surprise expense, right? Now, if you're checking your account daily, that's going to help you to really stay on track with your money, because if for some reason a bill comes out that you weren't expecting, you're able to kind of double back and go back to your budget and make some adjustments, right? So you're able to kind of stay ahead of those things. So that's also going to help you from getting any kind of overdraft fees, okay? All right, so last but not least, this is definitely one of my favorites, right? Autopay. Autopay, automatically pay my bills. I love Autopay. Like, she is literally like my best friend, okay? Autopay comes through, she pays my bills. I don't have to think nothing about it. So since I have instilled Autopay, which I think I've been using it for a couple of years, and I know I don't pay any of my recurring monthly bills manually anymore. I don't have any bills I pay manually anymore. Not those recurring bills, right? They are all on Autopay, and I love it, right? And I know some people have concerns with Autopay. Just the fact that, you know, I don't know if I'm going to have that money in the account when they're ready to take it out, you know, but listen, the way that we're budgeting in 2022, we're going to have that money in the account, okay? Because we're sticking to this thing. We don't have to worry about the money not being available, okay? And in my next video, we're going to get into budgeting techniques to help you to make sure that, you know, the money is where it needs to be, so that Autopay will, you know, can help you. So, right, to make your life easier. So stay tuned for that, because that is definitely coming. All right, so that was this list of 7. We had write it down. We talked about making your budget goal focused. We talked about a zero-based budget, keeping a cushion of $200 to $300 in your account for those unexpected costs, separating your recurring bills or your core bills from your spending money, right? Maybe a separate account or just like cash. And then lastly, we talked about checking your account daily and Autopay. All right, so if you enjoyed this video and if you would like more tips, I have so many more. Let me know in the comments below, and I'm just, you know, super excited, and I'll see you guys next time. Be blessed. Bye.